Dire team ban.
My nipples are hurting.
Phoenix's turn to ban.
Well, it's not our fault. They should be muting us. I mean, can't they also hear the whole arena? God, I love you, Dakota.
10 seconds remaining.
What?
Dire team ban.
Oh, you know what it is? It's probably just Dota TV and not the stream. And Dota TV. Hey, Dota TV, how you doing?
10 seconds remaining. Phoenix's turn to pick.
Dota TV came out.
На самом деле первые пики отдавшим из операции приоритетов своей любимой команды. В общем-то, хороший производитель. Забирает они Мне кажется, есть смысл брать картлейнеры саппорта, так очень часто раз проходит драк, либо пилот, либо чан, мастер, там, воина нам еще не показывает. Очень хотелось бы, конечно, смотреть. Не стремятся команды на первой стадии драка. Сразу выхода забирать, которые очень являться как и саппортом четвертой позиции, так и картлейнером, чаще всего почти четвертой позиции полного опера, а вот, конечно, скажется, но и по профессионалу чем-то схож, на самом деле, с спирита, также может работать по карте, имеет огромное количество здоровья, которое выполняется с включенным скоростью, что дает невероятную силу на старте. Если говорить уже про мотивативные способности, больше спирита функционал направлен на раздачу ОЕ дэмэджа, в то время как ума цель выпустить одного героя из драки и провести завес 5-4 чистых преимуществ.
Happy AC's getting a lot of love.
Герой тоже, но различный. Смотрим, чем сейчас
Enchantress.
забава.
Phoenix's turn to pick.
По факту, без игрового стартового спайса не пробиться. Есть скрипт, который также решает, если Чампс повезет. А если вас сила это сила, плюс дом, можно уже настроить баллад, дать там, убивать. Если это, конечно, не произойдет, как минимум уже профиль будет в том, что реализирует весь весь запас легенда героя противника и чувствует себя на ней готовым. Да,
Phoenix's turn to ban.
ты можешь минимум 30% того, что игра против вас сложно. Помнишь, запускать его не стоит. Я уверен, нас задумается Феникс в том, чтобы подарить как минимум один большой гем, который играет.
Dire team ban.
Без оппонента или ставить какой-то хитро. Вполне вероятно, что лучше будет понять, например, более того, часто с центре города, для того, чтобы это сработало.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Phoenix's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
should have seen that one coming.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Shaman.
Phoenix's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Witch Doctor!
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh!
Phoenix's turn to pick.
Usually, yeah. And they just have lockdown and silence too. Oh, there's the jug on the wrong side.
Dire team ban. Phoenix's turn to ban. Dire team pick.
Miracle anti-mage. Oh,
10
yeah.
seconds remaining.
Huh?
10 seconds remaining. Phoenix's turn to pick.
Witch Doctor. Good against that too. Whoa!
Я сказал сразу, что это очень интереснее первого, и как раз таки первая карта только доказывает нам то, что так объяснить. На самом деле, тоже себя как
Thanks, Nahaz. We're here at the Cyber Sport Arena. Myself and Fogged here. Fogged, everyone's unanimous for OG on this one, even after that very scary Medusa pickup at the end there for MVP. Yeah, do you agree with him?
Yeah, I agree with what Ryu said as well. Like, they have a very good Roche lineup, a very good objective-based lineup, and I think that if they play the strengths of their lineup, as long as they don't try to like take unnecessary fights over and over and over for no reason, I think it's going to end up being in OG's favor.
All right, we'll see if that's going to be the case or not as we get hopped in and ready. It's game number 2 of MVP versus OG. Let's go to town here. OG. They certainly look like the OG we remembered there for game number 1 and an all-star performance by Miracle on that Wind Ranger. This time we're going to be seeing him taking rain on the Lone Druid. Don't get to see it very often, but time and time again it has popped up here. And, well, based on his build-up, is he taking this to the mid lane? One Fairy Fire, double share Tangos?
Yeah.
A mid lane matchup.
They've done that a few times.
Got the bear, getting it blocked up. Oh, early roll through. A lot of hate. They want that 300 gold.
Batrider doesn't want to show. I think if he wanted to, they could have for sure killed the bear there if he went for sticky and chased it out, but they don't want to show the Batrider.
Trying to keep things kind of in the dark as far as maybe the lane setup they're going to be going for here. And QO even with a couple of shared tangos. So are they trying to match this up as a... Oh, they're still pursuing for this big old raccoon
300
bear right now.
200 MP.
And he steps in, he's like, yes, free, 300 gold for me. Look at that. 1 CS ahead of everyone else.
Level 2.
Net worth 925, level 2. How much of a misstep can that be, though? Hell, you're getting a big bounty. Look at it. It's still action. Bottom lane. Early Shackle. A lot of hate for this bat, but he's going to be able to go into a Fireflight and escape out to the south. But you're handing over Jug an early level 2 now.
And they're going for this aggro, which I really like because now they have the Batrider in a 1v1 versus the Doom. But Fly is definitely going to make the rotation down there right away. But since they saw the Batrider going for that bottom rune, they know that's going to be the approach. Looks like Dubu wants to mess with Crit's jungle. But yeah, losing the bear right away is very costly. I mean, you never, of course, want to lose it. But now he's going to have to resummon it now. And if he dies within the next 2 minutes, he's going to have no bear for a while.
That would be just so crippling at this point. I'm sure he's going to be play it
hard for him to die, though.
A bit safe here. I try to catch the back end of it there, but bottom. They made the pursuit for the Batrider, and they are going to get the kill. I guess someone had to miss first blood eventually, Fog.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't even... I was looking up toward the top lane because they were like running in toward the Panda, but he goes through the Inferno Blade level 1 with the boots, and I don't think Forever expected that.
Must not play a lot of Chinese pubs.
Yeah, great rotation there from Fly.
And as we see here, Kilo eating a lot of nerf damage, and even No Tail going to be going down here as a check action in the mid lane. Pretty hot start, but MVP are going to be able to square even things up. And Dubu Earth Spirit, who's going to be able to get an early kill for him, is a very happy Earth Spirit at that.
I was moving up toward the last second of that one. I was like, oh, about to tell you, but
we'll just see how much
it
miss here back to back.
Yeah. Who's this observer?
They got the early Satyr though, it looks like here for OG, so a continued barrage of Hadouken's going to be flying out here from the mighty Satyr. Yeah, it can prove to be a bit frustrating.
Bottom lane, Rev getting gone on again.
And after the Shackle does fly, he's going to be forced to fly up and above and down to the river, but not going to be able to make it away. Moon will get the last right-click connection.
Skills the Scorched Earth instead of going for the Devour as well.
Very proactive Doom build-up here.
Yep.
And Crit.
Making his way down there as well.
All the way down for a more offensive jungling approach here. Going to get the early Alpha Wolf at this point. And it looks like there might be a change up here. Forev is now going to be beelining it probably for the jungle as a backup. Probably something OG are going to be keeping in touch, but with Crit being down here now, he's not even going to allow the Batrider to kind of fall back on that.
So really interesting approach by OG though. They just want to make sure that Moon has a great game, and they're just top lane getting gone on. No Tail.
No Tail in trouble. Blade Fury's going to be out, and they're going to be taking him down.
Nice roll by Duke.
Back and forth we go, man. Both these teams just swinging.
Yeah, but I do like what OG's doing. You know, they know that the only way that they can get aggressive in this game is if they go to Moon's lane, and if it's not versus like a tri-lane or something. So they have this set up for this, I guess, the 1v1. Gets phase boost ready. 2 minutes on Doom. And yeah, they're going to be pressuring this tower already.
Serious Objective Gaming already coming out here from OG, and with the help of the Harpies, just going to chain lightning down these creeps as fast as possible. Really getting no safe place for this Bat to kind of find his own recovery, but you know, to the benefit of MVP, this top lane is also going very nicely for them.
Pushing it in again. They're ready. They're getting ready for the dive.
Say the same thing here, bottom lane. It's almost a bit of a carbon copy, but Febby looks to make his move. No Tail hustles up to the north. There's going to be the TP. There's several TPs are coming in, and MVP are trying to turn and run. Dubu, though, is going to be the man left behind, and with such a long cooldown on the early rolling boulder, he's not going to be able to make a safe escape. So OG,
and they got the bot tower.
Yeah, they're not going to allow another opportunity like that, and as you said, they will be able to at least secure that tier 1, but look at this, Forev has been able to go into a 1v1 here for Crit. Will not pursue, as Crit will be able to heal up. Both these lanes top to bottom here. And with OG getting that early tower,
again though, these movements, it's just constant. Like both of these teams are just on top of moving around the map, trying to find opportunities anywhere they can. Moon having a TP, like Moon having that TP at 2 minutes in with his phase boots.
Not expected.
Yeah, definitely unexpected there.
And now he has an Invis rune as if things are going even better. As he looks to creep behind here, Febby and MP going for the pull here. Moon will spot it out, and we'll see if they're going to do something about it.
Oh, it catches a glimpse of him.
Yes, it does.
And the range, oh, that's creeps are messing up.
They were going to try to maybe coax him into something, but now they make their move. It's a boulder smasher roll in, and Moon could be in trouble. A shot out of range from Fly, and Moon's going to make it away in the back of the Scorched Earth, and now they're looking for the turnaround from No Tail here. He steps in, gets him a nice clap. Dubu as well. Be going down. They get the grab for Dubu, and they'll be able to follow with a second takedown here. OG, another hot start. They will end up losing No Tail as a change.
These rotations.
Yeah, they just want to be all over the place, and part of the action here, Forev now stepping in, helps secure the 1 kill, and they could end up making this an even trade, but the net's going to be there from Moon, but it doesn't matter. MP is able to make chase with the help of those phase boots, and will be able to slice down the Shaman.
Would you expect a team with Doom and Lone Druid to be going for all these rotations and kills this early? It's pretty, wow, Miracle almost just died to that Mystic Snake. He actually had to pop his Fairy Fire to survive.
And he will now have to do the long walk over to the back, and that is a Mystic Snake that has been leveled up 3 points already.
Yeah, now Crit's just like, yeah, yep, bottom lane, there's nobody here. I'll take it, this is mine. Thank you.
With that tier 1 taken down, Nowhere really feels very safe.
Fly's living the dream though. He gets a double kill top and gets his arcane boots, so that was just, it's perfect for Rasta.
Perfect for any support, really. And with that, he'll be able to continue to dish out this nuke damage and farm up for himself when necessary, as you see there. Now Miracle will be able to make his return to this mid lane, and we'll have to see if MVP will begin a shift here. They've added a lot of pressure towards this top lane. They might continue so until they're able to kind of breach this tier 1. but eventually you might need to step back and kind of see if you can get Miracle in check here on this lone druid. And how do you think Miracle would approach this kind of a game? It's obviously a different approach than how you would do so when you have a Wind Ranger here, but for a lone druid, I assume you play things a bit more patiently and just kind of play the farm game.
Definitely. And MVP still has a walking courier. It's going all the way top. All right, there we go. MVP, not OG.
I thought I clicked on him. Whatever.
Ah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's not that.
It's still walking.
Yeah, it's still walking. 6 minutes. You really don't see that happen.
Going for the record here. Little ugly freaking Rhino couriers.
Still nobody in the bottom lane. And now Forev is on his way. Triple range creep.
Really awkward game here. After Crit pushed the lane in, he's just been kind of taking residence here in the MVP jungle. Forev, as you mentioned, will make the rotation towards the bottom as he tries to approach his level 6. He also went right for those arcane boots, looking to probably shift him into an ether lens in the future here, but now potentially caught between two. Fly's going to spot him out, leads him with the Hex, then we'll follow up with the Shackle Shot, and guess what, Crit, he has a net waiting as well. The lockdown just doesn't stop here, and Forev will be dropped.
Such an interesting game, though. I mean, both teams just adapting to the way that each other play, and just the moving around, like the aggressive tri lanes, and now mid lane
is in trouble.
Ganking Doom.
Here he comes.
Another root.
Hi, how you doing? Boom, pops in, Infernal Blade, and Medusa just gets deuced on at that moment. And they will turn this into a push onto the tier 1 in the mid lane. While this does happen, as you can see, MVP at the top will look to go for their own trade. Finally being able to take down that pesky tier 1 tower opens up the jungle for themselves. They want to kind of invade a bit and plant out some offensive wards. But hey, a potential response comes in from MVP after the tower drops. A roll forward here from Dubu. Will be able to get a connection. Fly commits the wards, and Dubu goes down just as fast as he rolls in. But MVP now got no mana. Slash, and man, they just hit him up with a Doom right after it concludes. This looks to be OG's fight. The Courier finally going to take flight here and make it away from the trouble, but it's OG who take the tower and take 2 names shortly after.
Yeah, I guess they didn't realize how many levels the supports and everybody has already on the side of OG. Doom did just hit 6 after that, but at the same time, Enchantress and Rasta both hit 6 at the same time. Which isn't something you really see too often, right? Like this Doom was level at 2 minutes he had phased boots, and now he hit 6 at the same time as his Rasta and his Enchantress. And Fly's gonna get a Blink Dagger really early in this game. I mean, he's already at 1,000 gold with those arcanes.
That's crazy. I mean,
just with the rotations.
8 minutes in, 3k XP advantage, 3k net worth advantage.
He goes for the urn instead. Okay.
I mean, I guess there's really no one else on the team that might pick up an urn, and maybe they anticipate they are going to be going into more of a 5-man kind of a push here soon. And
yeah, just pushing and going for the Roche and everything like we were talking about before. Looks like they want to go for a smoke here.
And they will. Pop will go on the prowl right now. MVP are in the neighborhood here.
Level 3 Earth Spirit, level 4 Witch Doctor.
That is not going to be good enough here for any sort of fight.
They seem to be aware of it.
Oh, no. He's going to take the gank, that's for sure. Caught up with the net. Dubu kicks a stone, but that stone is a tombstone here. And OG advanced their lead forward 10-4 already. They are looking to push the series into a 2-0 sweep if possible.
And they're going to have Rasta wards in 15 seconds, but they're going to start the Roche already.
Yeah, and with an Enchantress on your team, I mean...
Ice Armor as well. Lone Druid, who's going for the Midas. And he did finish up in a Aquila, which we don't see happen too often, but I guess he needed to sustain in the lane versus the Medusa.
Yeah, especially when you got those Mystic Snakes flying at you. Yeah. This will lead to an early Aegis here, and a grab, and objective 1 for OG. How do MVP now need to approach this game? I mean, you look at their lineup and you feel like they have significant late game potential, but where the game is going, I don't even see a late game in the future at this point.
Taking fights is going to be hard for them. And I was saying that OG wasn't going to be able to take the fights, but the fact that they have these supports so over leveled, it's just going to let them take the opportunities of those fights.
They'll quickly drop off from the mild push there in the top lane, and yeah, as you mentioned here, some new pickups. Drum going to be complete there for Moon, so he is race car mode for this Doom now. Phase Drum already done, even before MP is going to be able to get one for himself on the jug, it looks like.
Do you see, if you're looking at the net worth right now, take a look where No Tail is. He's actually at the bottom of his team. And it's not, I don't even think it has to do with him, okay, sure, he may have died one too many times in the top lane, but they kind of just sacked him. And their supports are so farmed.
I want to say that's not too unfamiliar whenever Moon is playing the Brewmaster. I think I never typically see him on the Brewmaster at the top of the net worth here, and they just utilize him for the sake of, did I say no-tail?
You said Moon.
It's okay. Yeah. But, you know, he's more there for the utility and the fact, I mean, he's got his level, he's level 8 now, so.
He's almost got his Blink Dagger, too, because they've taken so many objectives already. Uh-oh, Forev.
Yeah, he is close to trouble, and I don't even think he knows it here. He thinks he's going to have some casual camp farm here, but Crit, Fly, all in the area. There's going to be a roll-in from Dubu as they try to make the move for Moon. Can they get him finished off? They silence him up. They need a little bit more. Moon looking to hustle, make it away. Gets this move, phase off, tries to drum, but not going to be good enough. They will be able to finish him off, and now Crit just isolates MP and just starts sticking him with the right-click damage there, and they will be able to get their own trade. A better one there for OG. Forev also going to be going down to the hands of Fly, makes it that much better for OG at the end of the day.
He did have to commit the roster ward there. I'm not sure if he needed to, but at the end of the day, they're not going to need that to push the tower once they get 2 kills. And now Dubu is 6 though, he's fight ready.
Radiant's top tower is
Fight ready,
under
he's got 3 stones, but his team is not really there to rally behind him, and I think they might have to just sack this tier 1 tower at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the lineup of OG, I don't even think they're going to be easily brought down in any sort of team fight. Yep, he gets doomed up. There's the Infernal Blade. Moon's just going to look to stalk him down. He's like, oh, that haste rune's going to be mine, and I'm going to walk that much faster now. Febby awaits for him at the high ground here. Could try to hit him with the coconut, but Moon's like, actually, I'll take the Witch Doctor instead. But now Moon going to get hog-tied up here from Forev. They surround him. Fly shows up, tries to assist. Moon in a bit of trouble here. Long kick, not going to be able to connect here from Dubu, and Moon hustles away on the back end of a haste rune and will make it out safely.
Hit from death. The cask almost gets him killed with the bounces, but
that boulder smash would have connected. Yeah, it could have been a different story as well. It's just, you know, Moon. Thankful for the haste rune to be there. Back at top lane, MP, you know, he's got his early Blade of Alacrity, looking to go into the Yasha at this point, a more farm-intensive build for him, and it's almost kind of a flip of the script of what we saw the last game where OG had recognized they're not going to be able to take any sort of serious team fight. MVP just trying to do the same.
Yeah,
they need time.
QO hasn't really tried to make any rotations at all. He just feels like, you know what, I need to get this farm. I need to be this big presence as this Medusa. So it looks a bit weird for MVP to have that kind of be in that kind of position where they can't just rotate everybody, because usually you see those like MVP just constantly running 5 people trying to outnumber the enemy team, but at this point they can't.
Dire's bottom tower.
I mean, based on their performances through Shanghai and then even in their Dota pit run, MVP, if you'd shown me this as their draft, I would have said this is a very big conflict of their usual style of play.
Yeah, now QO pushed up very far, might get caught out.
There is a
from behind
here. Yeah, OG looking to make the move. Dubu and Fly will cross paths, and they quickly hex him up, and they eliminate the Rockman. And now they're looking for more. As they move for QO, he's going to be popping the Stone Gaze here. He's alone though. By a couple. Febby trying to make it out. Boom! Going to be taken down with the help of the wards right there. And now they get the Cyclone up onto QO as he does fall. They have the shackles to connect. Trying his best to soak up all that damage with the Mana Shield, but not nearly going to be enough. Oh, look at this. You got some stacks here. We'll try to take a bit of this as well. They pull the stacks back into the wards too to even help farm them up a bit, but things continue to come up roses right now for OG. And while this happens, Miracle helps demolish and do some work on this tier 2 in the top lane.
And they pick up a Midas on the Doom now too. Looking incredibly in favor of OG.
I feel like they could definitely afford to play this greedy.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying initially in the when we first came out of the draft, it was going to be hard for them to take fights, but just the way that this game turned out, the supports are so over leveled, they're able to get so many kills on the board, and they're taking so many objectives that they all have a crazy amount of farm, and it's extremely difficult for MVP to fight. Witch Doctor is still level 5 at 15 minutes. That's one of their big team fight ultimates. So too with the Earthbird also got to
jump in. They get a grab here from Miracle. Dubu will roll in thereafter and be able to set the bag of ties. They will catch him with the stun. That will get the finish. It will cost Dubu his life for the kill, but MVP certainly starved to kind of get any sort of net worth swing their way. Will be happy to take the trade.
Absolutely. Just anything to slow down that Radiance. They know he's going to be getting close to got to be getting close to that relic at this point.
And they will be able to follow this up with their movement onto this big creep stack here. Be careful there, MP.
Did you notice what Crit did as well as his Enchantress this game? He went pure stats, 0 in the Untouchable.
You don't see that very often. Yeah, when you hit a lane by yourself and you're not really, running into a lot of confrontation, and you know what? With their lineup, they have a lot of meaty frontliners.
Yeah.
I guess you just don't suspect that Enchantress is going to be taking a whole lot of harassment. This can allow her to get that bigger mana pool and that much more damage with her impetus.
Yeah, and they don't really have too many like actual right clickers. They have like all these like different spells like Mystic Snake Cask, like Earth Spirit, Firefly, Juggernaut Spin, Omni Slash. All of them kind of just go through it, and yeah, it's an interesting change.
It's a good way for Crit to kind of assess the situation and make some adjustments here. We'll see how it does pan out. He's got the staff for now. We'll have to see if it's just a staff reliable towards the Agnum Scepter, or if he decides to kind of build it into something else.
Thankfully, MVP was able to clear their Ancient stack, so yeah, that's one good thing going their way, as well as getting that pick off on the Lone Druid.
I mean, MP is top of the net worth now with the help of that stack. Has Yasha already done, and looking to finish up the rest of it here.
Yeah, and Flash still gets an early Blink Dagger after picking up the Urn. 17 minutes, Arcane Urn Blink.
That's nice.
That feels good.
It feels real good. And now we'll take that business towards his top lane here. Febby's hanging nearby. He's just like, I just wanted
They saw him,
a little bit of me time here. Trying to quickly get up to level 7.
Mango
Consumed. Boom! They jump right in and pay a visit to their doctor, and okay, Febby hides in the corner, but eventually they won't.
Oh, they get the Doom on MP too.
Oh, MP shows himself, but that's right into the hands of Moon, and that will lead off into a Doom. Okay, nice stun there from Dubu, and MP should be able to make it safely away. They still stalk him out. A jump-in, though, will be happening here from Forev as he gets the snack from Root, pulls him back, and it's right into a nice Stone Gaze. Beautiful setup from MVP. Can they get the finish, though? A jump-in from No-Tail. He gets insta-stunned up. Now we'll commit into the primal split. They're able to finish off the QO, and then the follow-up will be there. MP also going to be going down. This still turns out into a huge fight for OG as Dubu tries to roll away. They even get the Hex on that one.
That was so nice by Fly. He had the Hex cooling down. He ran downward as the roll was going and catches him as the cooldown comes up instantly.
Wonderfully played from OG here. Their
Another Midas coming
hot
out.
streak just does not stop, and with this they can follow it up into another tower takedown. MVP already feel like they're up against the ropes in this one. This tier 2 is going to be dropped, and what do you do now for MVP?
Radiant's going to be completed soon. I don't really know, honestly. I don't know if there's any way for them to recover with this, because they're losing the fights versus a team that has a Lone Druid before he even has the Radiance.
And this Medusa just certainly does not feel like any sort of insurance policy for MVP at the moment. Still trying to even put together her first little Yasha pickup at this point. I mean, I like the cute little setup they had in that last fight, the lasso into the Stone Gaze, but as you can see, OG, just a team that is that much more farmed and has that much more ammunition for these fights. Yeah. And I don't imagine they're going to be looking to let up too soon here. They might take the moment to step back and wait for the next Roche, and with that benefit of having the extra life, they could easily siege down the remaining tier 2 towers, and then it's just going down that OG checklist to get the finish.
Yeah.
It's pressure on MVP to kind of disrupt that momentum, but as you already alluded to, what can they do to kind of do it here? We'll have to see. Crit decided to go with the Force Staff with that Staff of Wizardry here. Has the extra mobility and kiting potential if necessary, and they will heal up.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the objectives. Like, Roche should be spawning pretty soon. We took the timer. We know it's going to be up within the next 2 minutes or so.
It's a long timer to the benefit, I suppose, of MVP, as they'll make their own push towards this top lane here. But yeah, MVP, the time is still just not on their side.
Yeah, OG very aware that they're playing in their jungle, because they look at mid lane, they only see a Witch Doctor pushing out the lane. Where's everybody else? They've got to be top, and now as soon as Juggernaut shows, they know that, and they're going to force this bottom tower.
Dire's top tower.
Yep, easy tier 2 going to be in order here for OG. While they keep the Hellbear Smasher kind of scouting out their pit, this is going to be no problem for them. We're going to have a trade apiece. MVP just happy to scrap together whatever they can get across the map, but pressure is going to be coming their way, and
He's got to set up a Fireflyer. They might just go high ground. I think they're going to anyway with the level 2
he
wards.
quickly tries to lay down the blaze of fire at this point, but I don't know how much it's going to be, and how good can MVP's high ground defense even be at this point in the game when you're going against a sieging Bear and these wards. MP, though, will be able to kind of step in and try his best to kind of disrupt the ward momentum, but they make their move. QO going to be committing the stone gaze for this one after No Tail makes his jump in. The Bears are going to be frozen on up, and they look to step back. That tier 3 does go down. OG going to be taking the winnings, like in the retreat. Oh no, Dubu rolls in, but it rolls into his own death. OG will take the free money. And now they will beeline it back for this Roche.
Yeah, not the worst though, and I like what Noto did there. He was like, I just want to secure this tower. I don't care if my split doesn't net us any kills, really. Thankfully they get Dubu because he rolls in trying to commit for the magnetized, but yeah, it doesn't really, they don't need to get kills with anything anymore. They've got more than enough. This is just purely objective now at this point.
I mean, Fog, we are on the verge of potentially seeing MVP get knocked out of this tournament without even getting a win. Very unexpected for a team that was probably coming in here as one of the favorites. Yeah. And they smoke and move, and look how fast OG just pull out from the pit. They're going to see Roche walk in, and they know something's fishy, but OG just with good heads up.
Oh, they catch Vision of Miracle, or the bear for a second, but not able to get anything out of it. OG very aware. Only way that they get killed is if they get caught in that Roshan, and I'm pretty sure that the ward that they placed in the base may have caught vision of that smoke.
Yep. Just OG, like, utilizing these situations so well. And with that, MVP will lose their opportunity at any sort of skirmish. And OG will just kind of play this one a bit disciplined here. It will lead to MP being able to get the finish on his Manta now.
Yep. Another smoke up. They looked like they saw people with that ward that they have in the river, but I'm not sure if they even want to go into the Roche pit. Yeah, they just want to go pick this fight.
Lead the way, Creep. Scout it out. They'll see MP. The jump's going to come out from Forev. They get the lasso pullback for Crit. As that happens, Dubu looking to dish out the stun, but he's going to be quickly taken down if not careful. Stone Gaze will be dished out, and it is just absolute chaos here across the map. Moon going to be able to get that finish on for Dubu here. On the other side, QO looks to make a slip out, and they begin to pursue. They are just hustling, like, quickly grab a TP scroll and hide and try to make it back to base.
They expended all their ultimates and killed nobody. They didn't even hurt anyone.
They found QO. They're going to be hexing him up. This Medusa is in trouble, and they will just quickly take their apart. They will lose 2. They will lose 3.
Something weird happened with the with his Omni Slash. It was like Forever was lassoing the Enchantress and he Omni Slash, and as he pulled him down the cliff, the Omni just stopped instantly. So they weren't even able to get a kill when they committed 2 ultimates on the Enchantress, basically.
Yep. And then Death Ward was also committed in that mix. Magnetized everything. Utilized from MVP, but unfortunately to no avail. You're looking at an OG team who continues to get more and more swole. My goodness, Fog, look at the slope here. 12K plus in the net worth department. And about the same there for XP. This will easily award OG with the Aegis. And at this point, no reason to stop them from just hustling down the southern front here and finishing off the racks they'd already been poking at before.
Yeah. This looks impossible for MVP to win. The only way that, I mean, if OG makes
impossible.
If OG makes like diving fountain, like honestly, if they dive the fountain or something, that's pretty much the only way. But MVP still does have decent high ground defense with the Stone Gaze as well as the lasso. Like we saw that nice little combination one of the times that they did it. But I think it's just there's too much on the side of OG. They have more than enough that they need to break the high ground.
And this is where we're going to see MVP as sheep corralled inside their pen, everywhere outside their base, just in the dark. I mean, MVP will do his damnedest here to push out this top lane a bit, but after OG are able to kind of do some work there at the bottom, it looks like they'll take their rotation and business towards this mid lane in the meantime, but you can obviously tell that they're in a very comfortable position. And
oh, crit.
Okay, here we go. It is a solo Enchantress here. No help nearby.
Core staff, Drum.
They're gonna, okay,
she's gonna make him work for it.
Yeah, he stalled it out, not stalled it out enough where OG were even considering to converge and try to help it out, and that's a mega kill streak going the way of MP, of all the people to give it to.
3 ults expended for a Enchantress as well.
We'll give him 2K gold. It's one step in a 20-step program probably for MVP at this point in the game, but they'll take what they can get.
Yeah.
Stack's going to be spotted out from a pesky little satyr, which is going to be bit right there from QO. But OG recognized this, and they begin to pressure down this mid lane, not making anything easy for MVP to be able to move out far from their base to find the farm. And QO trying his best to just try to take these ancient camps, but as he floats around that area, they're going to be making their jump. Moon commits the Doom in for this Medusa now. Death Ward from the backside from Bevy looks pretty nice, but a Savage Roar will quickly cancel it out. They even entangle him up, and that Witch Doctor is set to go down here. Dubu is going to be able to roll down and away, but Miracle now on a killing spree after getting that pick off, and this will allow them to kind of step back and get the finish on this tier 2.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And here comes trouble. QO quickly hexed up this Medusa. In for a world of hurt, if not saved out. There's going to be the Magnetize committed. The Stone Gaze will be there, but it's still going to be the end of the Medusa. Out for a minute, no buyback for her, and it looks like OG are on the move, looking to take game number 2. They make their work onto this tier 3 tower with wards now committed. Can MVP have their hold here? Looks like OG will pull off. They've got to heal the bear up. And Moon also. They did quite a bit of damage there.
And Crit doesn't have his heal up, unfortunately. They TP'd the base back home to heal up a bit. He brought it back.
And MP decided to go for a defusal for his third item here. It does add a lot into the damage department. What do you think about that pickup here in this situation?
He needs anything he can get, any type of small damage.
And with that, we're also going to be seeing Miracle on the way of finishing out his AC, which allows them to have their sieging potential so much easier for them.
Lincoln's coming out on the Brewmaster.
Everything is just coming together wonderfully for them. We got the Lincolns there. We already saw the Shivas there for Moon and his Doom. Crit obviously already completing out his Dragon Lance on the move. An active Scepter. His bottom lane for him is going to be able to get the jump here for No Tail. Nice lasso back into the silence. Will let them get the kill for the Brewmaster. Will cost them Dubu, who sets the whole thing up. But again, and if it's a 1-for-1 trade at this much of a deficit fogged, that will be an 800 gold swing.
Yeah, I think Miracle's happy with that. He's just like, he's like, yeah, good. He's like, you're dead. I get more money. He's gonna have his AC finished up any minute now too, and then they're ready to go. Aegis is gonna be ticking out quite soon, so he's gonna get healed up from that. Fly almost has Aghanims as well, so that's just even more luxury items just to close out the game.
Bottom bracket
Rex, though.
Yeah, you want to make sure you go in with few outs here for MVP. You get into that point where you rush into the base, you have wards already committed, it does force MVP to kind of, I mean, what is their best chance? Like, when you got OG approaching your front door, Bear going to work on your towers, wards being dropped, Doom's getting ready to jump onto you. Like, how do you focus properly if you're MVP?
First hit,
You might not even get that. There's going to be the root there, which forces up the Stone Gaze. Moon going to be jumping in, turns back, pops out the Shivas. The ward, though, coming out from Femi, nicely from the back lines here. For Ev, as he jumps in for the last, going to get quickly hexed up. MP, though, eating a wealth of damage from the Doom and the wards that have been dropped here. Fly trapping himself with the side of the safety zone of those wards, and, well, MVP quickly look to disengage. Are they going to be able to make it away, though? OG look to pursue, and they quickly slash apart to QO and Femi. 3 going to be going down. MP is going to be out of the picture for 40 seconds without a buyback. OG, I imagine, will begin their hustle across the river and towards the side of MVP.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna claim 2 Raxes here, and
30-9.
yeah, unbelievable though. Like, the approach in this game, how they see the way the lanes are going to be committed from MVP, and they just adjust instantly.
And they drop that ward onto the high ground of the base. They try to make a jump for Dubu, which will force him to roll away to the safety near his fountain. And they begin to go to work here for the racks in the mid lane. While that happens, Miracle picks up the pieces here for the mid lane. Bit of a split push. MVP just kind of in a bit of a disarray here. MP will be back now, and this could quickly be the final hurrah for MVP and their Starladder life.
OG still not wanting to.
And they're disciplined.
Yeah, they're not wanting to risk anything. They got 2 Raxes.
Okay, jumping for Ed. Could be a lasso on Moon. The Lincolns will come in just a hair too late, but the Omni Slash will be there to follow. And they'll be able to finish off the Doom at this point. MP moves in next, tries to make a move for No Tail, but
Savage Roar pushes everyone else back. Dubu, that's a nice kick on Crit.
Crit. All right, pull back silence, roll forward. this could be a good surplus for MVP.
Yeah, they're gonna get some
And
kills
they'll
here.
be able to get Fly. This will be the biggest convincing team fight that MVP will have had this game.
Top tower is under
The biggest net worth boost from it.
Yeah. They were all quite low on OG. They just kind of overstayed their bounds a bit.
It's like 5,500 gold swing just for those 3 kills.
Yeah. Still don't think it's quite enough, but like you were saying, maybe that 20-step program became a little bit more of a 30-step program, but now they've got step 2.
Yes.
On their way there.
MVP, though, not deterred here at this point. They haven't taken... I mean, yeah, they lost their mid lane set of racks. The bottom racks are going to be exposed, but this isn't enough for them to kind of quickly tap out. Dubu, you're behind enemy lines. Ah, I love it. Nicely done from No Tail. Jumps right in front of him and just blocks out the roll escape.
Committed the split, though.
Yeah, the split, though, I don't know. But the bare necessities are out, and
Oh, they saw MP running. They saw him with that ward, but he is quite fast. There's no way to catch him.
Moon can be pretty fast himself here, but yeah, not jug fast.
He's got a blink up. Moves there. Catches him. Spots him on him.
And will he have backup in time here? No Tail trying his best to help out Forev, though, with those boots of travel. Will also rotate in.
Got another blink up in 2 seconds, but he opts to... Yeah, there's
Doom down.
Doom down.
Dire's
Maybe that's another
middle
step. Step 3.
All right.
Small steps for mankind.
QO is also going to be able to find some time for himself, a little bit of me time here, farming up the enemy woods. Suddenly has a Manta here, complete, and, well, nearly 4k gold on this Medusa. A future Rapier would be pretty beneficial here for MVP if they're ever going to be able to make it that far, but... And then even an Agnum Scepter is kind of underway here for Febby on his Witch Doctor.
Yeah, they're slowly but surely pulling back. He can sell his stick and pick it up.
They are scrapping together here. I mean, is this because of OG just kind of taking things a bit too slow, a bit too disciplined, or was that still the right approach for OG to make?
I still think it was the right approach, but them getting caught out in the bottom lane with a few kills, given that 5,000 gold was quite painful, but now they're going to go for the smoke. Roche should be spawning soon, but it looks like they're just going to go for a pick off into that racks. If they get a second set of racks, then it's going to be even harder for MVP to even try to put up that fight.
Here they come. Dubu will be able to get the roll off and away towards the low ground here. MP, nice quick spin, will avoid the clap there. And Fly tries to follow it up, not going to be able to get close enough to get a snag.
They cannot let this roster drop the wards. They have to try to go on them right away before that happens.
And is that on Forev, though, to do something about it? Get a quick lasso pullback here?
I don't know, but OG does not have creeps on the bottom lane, but they do have creeps coming in through the mid lane. Let's see.
Once they breach in, they begin to make the move. The wards are going to be dropped here. QO moves in, but he is caught up in the midst of all these bears from No Tail.
Oh, Dubu gets thrown in the air as well, so it looks like a Rax is going to drop for, nothing here.
Dubu moves in, not even going to be committing the Magnetize. It looks like MVP are just going to have to sack this bottom set of racks. That's 2 racks already down. There are very few outs at this point. It's MVP.
It's so hard for them to really do anything because as soon as the wards are down, No Tail just jumps in and splits.
Yeah, I mean,
and him putting the Lincolns on Rasta makes it so there's no way that they can go on top of the Rasta right away before he drops the ward. So Aghanim's wards takes out the racks with a couple hits of Miracle's Bear, and No Tail just throws Dubu in the air, and MVP's not able to do anything. They just watch their racks die.
There's no reason why they just can't simply do that again in the top lane, and with the benefit of something like an Aegis, because this Roche is up in just a few seconds here. OG should be able to move in and easily take it. MVP know that the Roche has got to be up soon. They actually already take their smoke, and they begin their hustle here. This time they did have a sentry in their base, so there was no ward to spot out the smoke movement.
And OG knows the only way to lose this at all is if something horrible happens and we all die or something, so they're playing extremely safe. Sit at the tier 4s. Another smoke comes out. I think it may have just came, okay, they were just, I guess, waiting on the smoke. It came up a couple seconds ago, so pick up the smoke and they're gonna just smoke out. And Medusa Rapier.
Oh, there it is. This is it. The all-in card now for MVP to stay alive in this tournament. They make their move for the Roche. They can get this lady and Aegis and make all things easier, but OG make the move. As it happens for them, they get the last one. It's going to be the fight. Ruin also jumps in though. Fabby gets his own death roll. We're getting quickly hexed up and cancel out. Magnetize going to be going out here. Can MVP hold? It doesn't look like it. The Medusa goes down, which means the Rapier also hits the deck. And well, got it. Miracle. Of all the people to pick it up, the Bear has it now. And quickly, OG are going to get the better end of this fight. They move into the pit, and they will get the finish here for the Roche. A valiant effort for MVP, going all in for that Rapier, but they lose it almost just as fast as they pick it up.
They did a lot of damage in the fight, but OG is just too far ahead at this point.
They really are. I mean, you're looking at a 35K or so net worth advantage, probably the most dramatic we've seen in the tournament. Abyssal Blade as well being complete here. My God. The Bear,
His hero has the Rapier.
and the Hero, they both hit so freaking hard. All right, MVP. Maybe you could convince OG to start playing with their feet or something. There's really no, I mean, OG just said, we're not even going to bother. We're going right for the freaking jugular on this one.
Yeah, there is no point in not doing it. Like,
MVP not looking to go out without a fight, though. Lady Medusa going to be back in 1 second. Same with MP. This is the final hurrah for MVP. But it does look like they will be making their exit here from the Starladder event without even being able to take a win. OG will be able to 2-0 sweep here, and this will be the final hurrah. QO is easily going to get shot down, all by Crit there on the back lines. Magnetize, they jump in, they commit for it, but it is over. OG, after a shaky day number 1, getting knocked down into the lower bracket by Na'Vi, coming out bounce back.
coming out very strong, having a pretty interesting draft. We see some new changes. We see this guitar coming out in the background.
They're feeling it right now. OG.
Yeah, I mean, just picking up different heroes. They picked up the Brewmaster, which is a big change, and then instead of not going for fights or anything, they just go for this